What you guys trying to do here? Just get everybody's attention?
Trying to get out here to vote, give people a vote. And we're working on, this is called the Progressive Express. The Progressive Party.
The candidates that either running for the Oregon Progressive Party or have received a cross endorsement. So we have Dr. Rick, those of us that know him, is a psychiatrist. He's running against Wyden. So the people have a really good choice. His full name is Richard Stagenborg. We have Michael Mayo running against Blumenauer.
I like that one.
He is a peace candidate. He's also a green candidate. I think he is, he's doing some videos and he's doing some spots. He's a really good guy. He's a teacher.
Smart man.
Smart man. I think he's a physicist, which is kind of interesting. We got to get the lawyers out of Washington and send some like physicists there and nurses and truck drivers, people that really understand what it is to get to the 28th of the month and worry about things.
And another guy running is
we have a guy running for treasurer. His name is Walter Brown. He is an ex-senator from Oregon. He is a really delightful guy. He did pro bono work. He's a lawyer, but he spent most of his life doing pro bono work. Received awards for that. He's running for treasurer. He's talking about really pushing hard on a state bank, or if we couldn't do that, maybe massage it a little bit and make it a state credit union. So there's a lot of stuff that's going on. If we could keep all the money here in Oregon, instead of sending it to Wells Fargo, which sends it out someplace, or Bank of America, which sends it God knows where, if we could keep the money here in Oregon, we could do special things. So his platform, when he talks about setting up this bank for Oregon, we would have to do some changing of the Constitution, because the Democrats and Republicans have set it up where you can't do it.
it's been done before though in other states,
There's
right?
another state that has it. I think it's North Dakota that has the only other state bank. And you know what their unemployment rate is? It's 4.7%. You know what ours is? Almost 11. And the real unemployment rate is probably 16 to 20%, because you have a lot of people that fall off the rolls and just giving up. So there's some exciting things going on. We have the local measure, voter-owned elections that the Oregon Progressive Party has endorsed and embraced, because it's an experiment that came out of the city council about 5 years ago, and we're trying to get money out of the elections. So we're saying to the corporations, we've figured out a way that your money doesn't mean anything anymore, because we want people to go ahead and be running for office that have a base of operation and just doesn't get up one day and decide to run for office and do nothing. You have to really work hard to get the city to fund your campaign. But just think about it. If it's $5 for you and $5 for me, neither one of us have anything. We don't have any more.
It's fair.
Yeah, influence than anybody else. And it's a delightful thing that the state would probably look at. So the people of Oregon really need to vote for this. And if you look at who's against it and who's for it, that should tell you everything.
Good
Corporations
tip.
are against it. League of Women Voters for it. Common Cause for it. Unions for it. Progressive Party of Oregon for it. Multnomah County Democrats, they're for it too. Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
So the unions, people that deal with hunger, and they're all for this kind of concept, that we would get the corporations out of our local elections, and then maybe the state would look at it, and then we could go national maybe in a few years. So it's got great possibilities, got a lot of support, but the money people are really nervous about this one. because if it passes and continues, they can't influence our elections anymore. So the big guys, Wells Fargo and Bank of America
Chase.
and Chase and all the big guys and the corporations are on the same footing as Joe Walsh. Isn't that cool?
I like it.
I like it. So that's what
Exciting.
we're doing. This is a way of getting people to pay attention because we're running out of time. It's very bright, and we did that on purpose. It's very grassrootsy, and we did that on purpose because the Oregon Progressive Party is very grassrootsy. We don't have lots of money, but we have a lot of spirit. We have a lot of hope, real hope, not politicians' hope, real hope. And the party stands for all the things that most activists stand for. They want the end of the occupations, the end of wars, a minimum wage starting at $10 an hour. Starting at $10 an hour. Can you imagine if we could get that through?
Well, a lot of good stuff.
Yeah, they stand for all the stuff that activists have been fighting for. Homelessness, figure out how we can end this. We could feed everybody in the United States if we really wanted to.
We also stand for no corporate personhood.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, the recent decision that came down from the United States Supreme Court is devastating to our political system. But there's a way around it. And what they're doing in Portland is a test case. It's a way around it because the other candidates that don't volunteer to opt into the system, they become a cause in the election. So if you spend a lot of money and the other person doesn't spend a lot of money and stays within the system, it becomes a campaign issue. And if somebody would spend $500,000 on an election and the other person voluntarily kept it low, I would vote for them. I wouldn't vote for the rich ones. And there's a couple of people nationally that are finding that out, that spend hundreds of millions of dollars on their campaign. They're losing, which is great. That's great stuff. So we have the campaign. It's coming to a close. People should seriously think about getting their stuff in the mail if they haven't mailed it already, because you have the weekend coming up, and then if you're still with it on Monday, you're going to have to put it in a ballot box.
Is it too late to change your party affiliation right now? Can you still do that,
Okay.
do you think?
People can go to OregonVoting.org. I just came off that site about an hour ago. The Secretary of State has set up this special site that answers all of those questions.
Okay.
They can tell you if you can change your party affiliation, what's the cutoff.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of details, and I don't particularly want to be wrong on some of this because we're at the last minute.
Yeah.
So if people go to that website, it's really a good website.
Okay, Joe. Good info. Thanks, you guys.
All right.
I like what you're doing.
I like this Good News Network.
Yes.
All
yes.
right.
The Good News
We're
Network.
trying to
Yeah.
give good news.
Okay. Well, I'm glad I ran into you guys.
We have good news.